Hello everyone, I'm Ed from Big Ed's Lore, and in today's video we will be talking about some of the Imperium of Man's most powerful servants, the Adeptus Asterces or the Space Marines. If you like this video then please click the like button, share and subscribe for more Warhammer 40,000 videos, and don't forget my social media pages, the links are in the description below. The origins of the Space Marines are not hidden from anyone, for it is known that the Emperor of Mankind created the Space Marines to act not as leaders, but as defenders of the Imperium of Man. But to find the origins of the Space Marines, you must look even further than you may think, all the way back to the Age of Strife. It was in its darkest hour when the Emperor rose to unify mankind, with his eyes set on the stars. But he began, however, with Earth, or as it's called in Warhammer, Holy Terror. They were called the Thunder Warriors, and they were the first humans to be enhanced with genetic alchemy. They were known to be faster, stronger, and more potent in battle than the Space Marines. The Thunder Warriors could be considered a prototype, if you will, of the later Space Marines. They were successful at the role in unifying Terra under the Emperor. The Thunder Warriors, however, were not the tools the Emperor needed for his conquest of the stars and the establishment of the Imperium, and were sacrificed in a great battle to the last man in order for the new Space Marines to take their place. In order to create the Space Marines, the Emperor used his own genetic makeup to create the first 20 Primarchs, genetically engineered superhumans possessing immense physical strength, psychic powers, far in excess of any Space Marines that would be created afterwards. Due to the Emperor using his own DNA, each Primarch was in essence one of his sons, and each individual Primarch's genome served as a template for the creation of a legion of Space Marines. However, they were separated from him and their legions by the Chaos Gods themselves, while they were still in their incubation tubes and scattered on worlds spread throughout the galaxy. This would have a lasting impact on each Primarch and their legion. It was during the late 30th millennium that the Emperor launched the Great Crusade and used the Space Marine legions to conquer the human-inhabited worlds of the galaxy, unifying them under the Imperial truth and bringing them into the Imperium of Man. As the campaign carried on, the Primarchs were found one by one, each having grown up on a vastly different world, each having his own vastly different view on the universe. It was during the closing years of the Great Crusade that a number of Primarchs under the leadership of the Imperial War Master Horus Lupercal, seen to be the greatest of the Primarchs, chose to leave the Imperium and convert to the worship of the evil Chaos Gods. These rebels were eventually defeated and banished to the Eye of Terror at the heart of the galaxy. The legions of Space Marines who remained loyal to the Emperor were reconstructed and restructured into smaller units called chapters to make a future mass rebellion unlikely. Each chapter has a very different way of recruiting their aspirants, usually putting them through rigorous and often lethal tests, and this is before they even get selected for augmentation and implantation. To say the process is complicated and potentially dangerous would be a massive understatement, given the aspirants have to not only survive the rigorous training regimes, but also the implantation of between 19 and 22 implants over a 6-year period of their life, usually starting when the aspirant is just 10 or 12 years old. The implantations take place over 15 phases, or 17 if you include the Primaris implants, but I will cover these at a later date. It's during phase 6 that regular hypnotherapy and hypno-indoctrination begins. These therapies teach the young Marines how to effectively use the new implants. Until his initiation, a Marine must submit to constant tests and examinations. These tests and examinations are to monitor the newly implanted organs for signs of imbalance and of maldevelopment. If any signs are detected by the tests, they must be treated as soon as possible. Any maldevelopments or imbalances are usually treated with chemicals, often drugs or stabilizing formulas. The chemical treatments are reduced after the completion of the initiation process, but it never truly ends. A Space Marine must undergo periodic treatment or maintenance for the rest of his life in order to maintain and stabilize his metabolism and keep all the implants healthy. The Space Marine power armor, as well as protecting their wearer, contain a powerful suite of monitoring equipment and drug dispensers to aid in this maintenance. Apothecaries often use the information to double-check and cross-reference their background data on each individual Space Marine, just in case there's any maldevelopments, imbalances, or, God Emperor forbid, mutations. Seen as the Emperor's chosen and close to perfect beings, the Space Marines are revered and feared in equal measures. They are considered the peak of the Emperor's creations. There is, however, one Archmagos of the Mechanicus that would disagree, at least to an extent, and his name is Archmagos Dominus Belisarius Call. I will cover both the Primaris Space Marines and the Archmagos Dominus Belisarius Call in separate videos, given how important they are to the future of the Imperium of Man. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, then please leave a like, subscribe and share for more Warhammer 40,000 videos. And don't forget my social media pages, the links are in the description below. Thanks again, and I shall see you on the next Warhammer 40k lore video.